Let's talk about my top 5 sexiest fragrances for summer, or at least the one that I'm wearing at the moment when I want to feel very sexy. This is Clémence, I talk about fragrance. Welcome back. Amouage Love Delight. I have to say, I always loved the brand Amouage. If you're looking for very qualitative blend, you like a fragrance to have a great longevity, great performance. I forgot to put my light, idiot. No, I promise myself I'm not insulting myself anymore. I'm working on myself, okay? A lot of people told me that they would like to wear that during winter, and I don't know why. Like for me, not at all. It's actually the first cinnamon fragrance that I feel I could wear during summertime. At the end of the day, nothing groundbreaking. It's a vanilla that feels a bit spicy with the cinnamon, but also like quite powdery. I love powdery fragrance. I think they are the best to give me like a nice and elegant trail. The start is like very gingery, so very fizzy with mandarin. Well, it's mandarin orange, but me, I really smell the mandarin that is usually softer and sweeter and rounder, slightly solar and bright tone. And you have like heliotrope and jasmine. Heliotrope is a very delicate flower, vanilla, and you have hint of chocolate when it dries down. Vanilla, creamy cake with a little bit of cinnamon. I would like to wear it on a sunny evening, or even like I wore it on a few sunny days. I feel very luxurious. It's, to be honest, like it's not mind-blowing in terms of creation. It's pretty simple, but it really works. And I think it's very sophisticated. And I have a soft spot on Amouage because they have really high qualitative ingredient. You can really smell it. So the fragrance could literally be the most simple one. It would still stand out to me because of that. There are fragrances that have a lot of depth. They feel very rich, and it's really like an indicator for me that yes, like you kind of level up your game with that kind of fragrance. My only thing is that it's £320, I think 20, I'm not too sure, for 100 milliliters. For me, it's a little bit too much. My classic one, this is Scherzo by Harris, one of my signature scents. I'm saying one because Gozo, Jeroboam is there. They are both there, you know. If you don't know this fragrance yet, this is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. Super fruity fragrance at the beginning, sweet fruit, grapefruit, those kind of fruit that are very juicy at the start. Intoxicating rose and narcissus blend, and then it dries down with a lot of oud, slightly animalic, but to me very pleasing oud. This is one of my most complimented sets ever. I have the best longevity, the best compliment whenever I wear this. Do you know what someone told me recently? Someone told me that I smell delicious. They wanted to eat me. I was buying some chewing gum in an off license, and the guy said, "You smell amazing." I said, "Thank you." And then I picture what he said. He was like, "You smell so amazing. I want to eat it." I was like, "Thanks." Thank you. If you like rose fragrance, I would say it's unisex. I'm not going to put it in one category like this, but I highly encourage you to try it. For me, it's the best fragrance that Harris ever created. I'm a huge fan. This is, I think, my 5th bottle. I never did that with a fragrance. Yes, Scherzo is quite something. 51 by Roja. This is probably, I would say this one is more sensual really than sexy, but I do like to wear that on intimate moment. 51 is a woody floral fragrance, so really it feels sensual because of the cashmere accord, so it feels soft, very velvety, and you have a lot of ylang-ylang. It's also like white floral, like orange blossom, gardenia, those kind of like heavily scented kind of floral accord. It's always been my favorite of the Roja collection for women. It does also have like a little bit of a fruity note with raspberry, but I just feel like this scent, because of the dry down that is benzoin, so slightly resinous, and gives a little bit of composure to the scent, really. It's soft and smooth. It's not the most biggest projection, definitely not. Great longevity, I find. Again, it's really on a price point, but how gorgeous is that? I like those fragrances because, for example, compared to Amouage, it's less thick. It's more like, it has something airy, and they have something a little bit more classic and timeless than Amouage. For example, they're a bit lighter in composition. That Roja used to work during many, many years in Guerlain. And for me, that does make sense. The way he creates the fragrance is usually very complex. There's a full profusion of different ingredients. which is a very timeless classic perfumery like way of doing, because nowadays, you know, you take less ingredient and you create something a little bit more simple. Unue by Jeroboam. Gozo makes me feel really sexy, but Gozo doesn't give me summer, you know. But Unue give me a little bit more summer, because, you know, when it's very heavy, especially me, like next week we're gonna go to Brittany with my boyfriend, and you have the sea salt marine aspect. So if you live by the sea salt, you know that feeling that sometimes it can be a little bit more heavier in humidity. And the last thing that you want to do when it's heavy in humidity is to put like resinous kind of fragrance, like heavy and sticky. Unue is great for that because it's super long lasting, it's super heavy, but in a musky way. So imagine you clean musky fragrance. You had a heart in jasmine and ylang ylang. Love ylang ylang for summer. That's my flower. Solar yellow tone like that is adding to the fragrance a little bit of plum. Fruity opening with a lot of pineapple. I can really smell the plum. You pimped it with something a little bit more extravagant, but at the same time, it feels very clean still. Compared to the rest, for me, it's a little bit more mysterious, you know. Personality. I don't want to give you too much, you know, I'm that pick-me girl. Oh dear Lord. Clean, but also sexy and very vamp. It's a bit vamp, actually. Yeah, that's a good word to describe it. And look at that. Now they do big bottle Jeroboam. I got this one in Gozo because I need extract of fragrance so it stays forever. They're really amazing. And the last one is going to be very edgy, very sexy thing, but a bit retro. I would go for that. This is Sarah Baker Gold Spot, and it's the first time now I'm talking about Sarah Baker on my YouTube channel. Sarah Baker, she's really have the inspiration into the Hollywood actresses and actors. You know, it feels a bit retro for me. When I smell the fragrance, I have always this kind of like red lipstick, blow dried or very, you know, Hollywood-like in the 50s and 60s. I really have that tone, you know, when I smell the fragrance. When you try Sarah Baker fragrance, for me, you definitely tried a lot of niche fragrance before. Your nose is trained, because trust me, I smelled the whole collection. I can do a whole review on the Sarah Baker if you like, but they are, first of all, extremely strong. Please do not overspray those fragrances, please, for the health and safety of everyone. One of the most creative house I've ever smelled in my whole life. You know, usually I never even smell this kind of smell my whole life. I don't know what I'm smelling. You're gonna have fun when you smell Sarah Baker fragrance. They are very qualitative as well, very thick, very intense. And that's why each of the fragrance I smelled from Sarah Baker, I would say I'm gonna spray them once or twice maximum. Gold Spot in my choice to feel very sexy in summer, just because it's basically a sweet oud fragrance. It's actually like very animalic, to the extent that at first sight, I felt that it brought me back to my horse riding education, like the horses, you know. But that's what smells, you know, like some type of wood or derived from natural. They smell a bit like that, you know. You have a lot of butterscotch, so it feels very thick, buttery. It's very special, and a lot of dark chocolate that really, I love to have a gourmand scent with oud. I think it's so addictive. Something that I'm gonna spray once or twice on my pulse point to give that sexy mood. And when I'm saying sexy here, like literally, like yes, it could really smell like sex. You know, you're gonna have like a hell of a party after this. What am I saying? You know, you might be like, what the hell? But I like to smell those kinds of things because it's creative, it's challenging. And I could definitely say that it's one of the best oud, proper oud that I've smelled, even though it's not like a pleasant and very delicate oud, that's for sure. The Sarah Baker fragrance like should win an Oscar for being different and full on. Like literally, she didn't hold back at all, and I do really like that because sometimes it feels that some fragrance could push it a little bit, you know, like give me more. That's my review of my sexiest fragrance for this summer. Today I'm gonna wear my Love Delights because I want to feel sexy. I will see you very soon. Bye now.
Viens, je t'emmène dans mon paradis bleu.